Hello, so webinar has been started. Welcome everyone to this very special webinar on the topic titled Beyond the Horizon of Exploring Competitive Insights in the Life Science and Pharma Sectors. So basically, I would like to take this opportunity first to express my heartfelt gratitude for making our previous webinar a huge success. So in our previous webinar, we administered a spike in demand for people asking to organize us a webinar on competitive intelligence. So here we are with a very distinguished panel of guests and speakers. So let's start the webinar. First, we have Aditya Singh, Principal Consultant, Octavus Consulting. Then we have with us Himanshu Sehgal, Director Consulting, Octavus Consulting. And last we have Utsav Chaurasia, Associate Director, Octavus Consulting. So why don't we go ahead, Aditya, and why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to our viewers?
Hello, everyone. I'm Aditya. You might be knowing from me from LinkedIn posts. So, if I talk about me, I have worked a lot in consulting and healthcare and pharma sector here. I have around 14 plus years of experience, and today we are discussing competitive intelligence as we have worked a lot in competitive intelligence.
Impressive profile, I must say. Now over to you, Himanshu.
Okay, hi everyone. This is Himanshu. I am, as Saurabh has already introduced me, my name is Himanshu. I am the director with Octavus. I am a University of Leeds graduate. I am an alumni of IIM Lucknow, and I have also studied and worked with London School of Economics. So this is my academics. In terms of experience, I have close to 12 years of experience with me. Again, this is purely into competitive intelligence and consulting. I've worked with organizations like Novartis, PwC Intelligence, and I've worked into oncology, immunology, and also worked into orphan diseases and a couple of those areas. And I have a fairly good experience into cardiovascular and renal. So over to you, Utsav.
Thank you so much, Himanshu. And first of all, I want to say special thanks to Team PharmaShots for arranging this webinar for us. And so let me introduce myself. My name is Utsav. I'm an Associate Director in Market Research at Octavus. I'm managing all the market research primary projects in here. And I have almost 10 years experience. And across this 10 years year of experience, I have delivered more than 2,000 projects across the globe. I work with many names company like Ipsos, GFK, Market Excel, and other on. So this is my short introduction. Now we can go ahead.
I would like to ask from the speakers why this peculiar title, Beyond the Horizon, what does it mean? So are we going to speak mostly about competitive insights
Okay.
or
So I'll
yeah.
So I'll take this one, and Aditya and Utsav, feel free to chip in. So competitive intelligence has been, and then we are going to cover this also, here. But competitive intelligence is also always considered to be a very a very underdog kind of a thing, or underdog kind of a phenomena, where we usually think that competitive intelligence means collecting a lot of data from a lot of online domains and all, and just putting it on the slides. So, competitive intelligence is beyond that. And that's the reason we have chosen this specific highlight, that beyond the horizon. What you see on the horizon, it is beyond that. It is not that shallow. It is very deep. It is more intriguing. And I have, built up my career. So is Aditya and Utsav. We have built up our career, 14 years, 12 years, 10 years in CI, in competitive intelligence. And we know that this is this is equally an art and equally a science. People think that, CI is, again, repeating myself, that, it's all about collecting data from different places. No, it is an art and it is a science. So we'll talk about it more. That we're going to cover an agenda. So we'll talk about, what basic CI is, elements of CI, then what all the features, like, monitoring, newsletters, conference intelligence, clinical trial analysis, and social media intelligence. But CI, again, as the title says, it is beyond that as well. So there are multiple areas. Obviously, we had a limited time, so we pick and chose a few criteria and few points only. But yes, it is beyond that. So moving on, let me give a quick sorry, before I do that, Aditya, Utsav, do you want to add anything?
Yes, so the CI thing, if we talk about like in general CI thing, it's been not emphasized that much. If we talk about the healthcare or life sciences sector, it is being think at that this is a something where we are only going to generate report, and that report is going to be presented somewhere. However, CI has more to do compared to this, and it is actually one of the key factor for going product from development to the market, which has not been emphasized much. So that is my take on how we can utilize the CI. Utsav?
I'm totally agree with
True,
you,
Aditya.
both of you, and you already covered all my points. So I'm fine with that.
Okay, so I remember a quote. It's from Art of War by Sun Tzu. He's a Chinese scholar, and he has written this book, Art of War. And the first thing he writes about in the Art of War is know your competitors to win a war. You can win 1,000 wars if you know your competitor. Knowing your competitor is the half battle done. So these are, like, the quotes which have been drawn from there, and that's true. Obviously, it was all about war. We are not at a war right now in terms of pharma, but yes, competitor is always a competitor. So moving forward, let's talk about what is CI. So again, CI it involves intelligence gathering information about your competitors, capturing their key highlights. So again, CI happens in two ways: primary research, or we call it human intelligence, and the secondary research. So again, secondary research is more or less same what we have discussed in our market research webinar previously. So secondary research is all about the data which is already available. It's there on multiple places, like clinical trials, like online sources, data archives, newspapers, not the literal ones. Now they are, kind of distinct, but extinct. Sorry, but yeah, newspapers, online sources, literature reviews, your PubMed, Google Scholars kind of places, company websites, sec filings. So these are the secondary sources. Now we talk about primary. Primary research is all about talking to the people. When I say people, talking to gathering information from the competitor executives, their sales team, their marketing team, their leadership, then talking to the investigators, the people who are conducting their trials, talking to the you know procurement teams. So those are the places from where we gather information. We go to multiple conferences to gather this kind of information. From here, we gather the intel, like what is the consumer behavior, unmet needs, and so on and so forth. One thing which actually sort of forget to mention is that we will be taking questions at the end. I could see a notification on the Q&A. So we will take all the questions at the end. So please feel free to post in the questions whenever you want. Okay. Aditya, anything you want to add here about
This
secondary
is
or primary?
yeah, this is primary and secondary, as you discussed, is the actually art of collection of data. It is not only a way where we are only going to Google and searching things. It is not like that. That's the art of collecting data, because if your collection of data is wrong, then the whatever analysis you are going to do, it is not going to come along properly. So what I would say, the initial thing which you like, if someone is doing, if they are getting it correctly, then every other thing, if I talk about in the competitive intelligence, getting the report generated for a competitor will work out properly. So here at Octavus, we emphasize more on collection part, and then focus more on analysis.
And also, I want
Exactly.
to
So,
add one more thing.
yeah, please.
That's for a data collection part. We are also more capable because we have a wide panel of different type of the professionals and sales team. So sometimes we use those panels also to collect the data, which help us to speed up our data collection time, and get authentic feedback from the uh, from the professionals.
Saurabh, I think you have launched the poll. I think that's a little too preemptive.
Oh, sorry. It was
No problem.
just a tour is a human. Sorry, it was just an
Okay.
honest mistake.
So, another thing, to add to what Aditya was saying, one of my previous managers used to say that, CI is all about collecting the dots and then joining them and making a story out of it. So that's something which we should remember. You'll never get all the information from one place, or for that matter, from all the places also. It's all about, collecting those dots of information from multiple places and putting it together and then sewing up the story from it. So moving forward, I know we have limited time, so we should not be spending it on one slide only. Moving on. So elements of competitive intelligence, drug discovery or drug development life cycle, like a product life cycle, has multiple stages. So we have tried to justify how CI works in all those places. When you say drug development, which patient to target, what are the patient needs, unmet needs, consumer intelligence, drug development, for drug development. Then before we have after that we have pre-marketing. So before pre-marketing, in that development stage, basically understanding who all are the competitors, the landscape, the pipeline intelligence, monitoring all the moves. So CI news and tracking and alerts is one of the key important things. People think that, okay, news is not that important, but really that's one of the key features one can have. Then we have clinical and disease deep dives. Again, understanding what this disease is all about, what are the standard of cares, and all those kind of things. Then goes product launch and post marketing. Aditya, over to you for this.
Yeah, sure. So product launch, once you are at that stage, you need to make your strategy. For making a strategy, obviously you need to gather information or data, where what you can do is go to conferences, like talk to KOLs. We like as a support, we also do HCP or like healthcare practitioner interviews. Apart from that, you also need to listen what competitor is saying, or what exactly is going into the market during you are planning to launch a product, where the earning calls comes into, or investor calls comes into the place. Apart from that, so this is about the competitor, but what exactly is going the market, there you need to understand that social media plays a good role, where you can able to understand what are the sentiments of patients, which is being not justified yet, or they are not unmet. They are unmet yet. So that's the focus for the product launch. And after marketing or post marketing, Obviously, patient required a support program. So a lot of companies, a lot of big brands do support program after they launch the product, or even they start building up a support program before they launch a product. And obviously, once the product is getting matured, there is strategic investment involved into that, so that to maintain its life cycle, or it can be explored where the LCM or life cycle management can be done. So for that, due diligence is required and strategic investment are required, so that that product should be grow according to what companies has planned. Apart from that, this other part which come after post-marketing, this is mostly for companies who are focused over the generics or biosimilar business, where they plan for understand the patents, and then they plan for go for a generic launch when the all of the patents are going to expire. So for that also, a lot of company plan accordingly, and after the product is launched, they start building up the information or intel in our terminology, so that when the time comes, they can prepare like before, so that when the time comes, they can easily able to leverage that.
Shall we move on?
Yeah.
Okay. Again, if you have, I know this slide is going to be very overwhelming. So if you have any questions, please feel free to post them on the chat and we will take it at the end. Moving forward. Okay, now we have this poll. So Saurabh, can you launch the poll now?
There we go. I think I was a little too early for that.
Sorry. Yeah. So we have 30 seconds for the poll. Feel free to post your comments.
I guess all 6 questions have been launched at once.
Oh.
So
yeah, you can choose.
Yeah.
One can choose to answer these questions at the end. I mean, at the each section. So yeah, please feel free to answer. Let's give you 10 more seconds. Oh, okay. Oh, someone is being very generous and answering all of them at once. Pretty good. Thank you. I think let's just end the polls. Okay, so which among of these you consider the critical stage of element in CI analysis? A lot of people shared drug discovery, product launch, pre-marketing. So in my view, it's all of the above kind of. But yes, if I have to choose one, I'll also choose drug development during the drug development part, because that's the most crucial part where you need to know very early what your competitors are doing or who is there in the market. So yeah, moving forward from here. So, just to give you an idea, from the Deloitte's report, it says that, there is an average cost of developing one molecule, which is $2.6 billion. And it approximately takes 12 years. The report seems to be a little old because now people say it is 10 years. But yeah, success from phase 1 to market is 10%. So, for example, if we start with 100 products, in the from the early stage, you tend to get only 10 products in the final stage. So that specifically is the reason, companies need CI to fuel their strategy, decision making. They need to know what all their competitors are doing. As I've already said, CI usually is, considered that it's a support function and it collects just the published data. It's not about that. It's just not only publish data. Adi, Utsav, anything?
We can move on to next slide where it can be elaborated much what we are discussing here.
Okay. So, there are certain challenges and benefits of CI here. So some of these challenges are, for a small or a mid-sized global pharma companies, or a big regional company as well. The challenges are lack of dedicated team. So there is no very specific team who is doing CI for them. If they have a team, they are, they have biasness. So I'll always think my product is good. So they have a biasness. So that's where companies like us, agencies like us come into play. Then, commercializing them, what is important, and all those kind of things is important. It's a big challenge for these companies. And then on the other hand, big size companies, they lack formal CI channels because, haphazard. Someone is based out of US, someone is based out of India or whatnot. Gap in a knowledge sharing. Bigger the organization, more communication gap it has. So again, as written below, size is a challenge because bigger they are, there is more discrete and distributed it is, and that makes a problem. Aditya, you want to talk about the benefits?
Yeah. So if we talk about benefits here of CI, the pre-bid and post-bid meeting, those are the meeting where you go like these are the meeting where you go for the approval or you go approval with FDA or any regulatory agency. So if you have already all information available, you need not to meet them for again and again. Similarly, if you have due diligence, like if you have a CI available, you have improved due diligence for merger and acquisitions or for licensing of a product. Similarly, if you can position your brand properly with the supporting data, then then the product launch will be smoother, or your brand will be appraised comparatively if you don't have the data back to position your product. Similarly, placing your product in a particular portfolio where you can place your product and it will provide you a better revenue. And apart from that, the evidence-based approach and insights for market penetration are required because obviously once you launch a product, the focus is to generate a maximum revenue or to capture the market. So that's how the CI supports in multiple areas. And it is not only about publishing a report. I am going to repeat myself that it is not going to generate a report and publish it. It is to, after the report is generated, after the CI has been completed, to take data-backed actions or decisions so that your product should leverage.
And also
We can move on to next slide. Yeah. Sorry,
Yeah,
Utsav.
just to add here that we are the company who provide these evidences. We support pharma companies, give them those evidences and data points to make that decision. Also, were you saying something?
I was saying that it also has to understand your competitor to grow
That's
to grow
the
in the market. So
yeah. So in every aspect, knowing your competitor is winning the half battle. Whether it's a pre-bid, due diligence, brand positioning, you get who all are already there in market. You might be the second one or you might be the third one, but it's all about understanding what are the gap areas where you can find a gap, find a crack in the and make it wide open for your market. Basically, moving on. So competitive intelligence services, we have divided into 5, which is one is CI monitoring, which includes, landscape pipeline intelligence, CI newsletters, again, one of the most important things. Then social media intelligence and promotional CI, we'll talk about it. Then it's clinical trial analysis. Again, people don't understand the importance of CTA, but, I come from a clinical trial industry and I completely know the importance of it. We'll talk about it again. And conference. again, we have covered every aspect of it, and we believe that these are the one of five most important ones, but there are other few more as well. Moving on, when we talk about CI monitoring, that's how we have done it. That it's pipeline analysis, then trial analysis, commercial analysis, IRPR, and social media monitoring. So I've said these random words, but what does that mean? We collect information from all these places. We go to different platform to collect what trials are going on of these products. If the product is approved, then what has FDA said about that product in terms of approval, whether that approved product has a black box warning or not, what are the unmet needs. These things are being collected from various places, multiple places. We collect that information. We draft what we want to share it with our client, because obviously it's dependent on their questions. What kind of information they are looking for. We refine our analysis. So, we have collected the plethora of information or the data points, but are those data points, answering the questions of my client? That's again, and then we create the analysis. So here in the bottom, you can see some screenshots. We're going to arteriosclerosis, where we created a ACVD landscape. Here, then you have a Repetha patient support program, Repetha's profile, and what is there? It's clinical trial landscape. So when I say landscape about clinical trial, it's also about what trials are going on for ASCVD. But there is also an important information is that which other indication it might be using. So we spoke about LCM, life cycle management. So that's where it comes handy. Aditya, you want to add here something?
Yeah, so the screenshot which you are able to see here, these are the competitive landscape which we generate very often. And for biopharma companies or for life sciences companies, for the first time, like we are providing them one indication for free. So this is a part of one of our those competitive landscape where we were providing ACVD landscape, and we were monitoring a lot of product based on their requirement. So CI monitoring is required to set up a landscape because things are changing very fast. And with the entry of AI now, there is a lot of information available. There is a lot of changes happening very rapidly because technology has advanced. So that's how what we conduct here in Octavus is that we attempt to add everything from like we try to understand the situation from every aspect and provide the analysis based on that. So Utsav, would you like to add something?
You already covered it.
Okay.
Cool. Moving on, I think we have to do a little ramp up because it's already half time done. So moving forward, this is one of those case studies about comprehensive CI monitoring. So here the biopharma client, they were interested to understand about the biosimilars. We did create we did a tracking for them. So newsletters, real-time newsletters. So whatever is happening in the industry or in the biosimilar space, basically at that point of time, we used to create alerts, and it used to give them a very comprehensive update, and they used to understand that what is happening in the industry on the real-time basis. Then we had the landscape, which was quarterly updated with them, where we did a deep dive. We spoke about each molecule. We created a comprehensive executive summary which talks about the update within that quarter and the timeline, launch timeline, and all those kind of things here. So I'll give you a couple of more seconds here, and I'll move on. We tracked clinical, regulatory, promotional activities, and commercial activities. What again, when I say commercial for a pipeline product, it talks about launch timeline and what the company is talking about, and also and so forth. Moving on. Aditya, I'm not giving you time here. I'm just moving on from here. So another quick poll. Again, I think people have already answered the poll, so I will not give much time here. Here, in your view, which P formula is more important? So I think product is something which is, in my view, it's important. But obviously, everything has its own place. But if I have to choose one, it's products. Moving on. It's about CI newsletter. So, Adi, you want to talk about the CI newsletter?
So basically, how, like, if you are doing a competitive intelligence and you want to keep yourself updated, how you are going to do? The answer is regular newsletters or regular news alerts, which is being provided and on a real-time basis, or would say the on daily basis if someone requires it to get the details or updated. So usually we work with a lot of clients and we provide a lot of CI newsletters. Our PharmaShots team, which is very active in that space, we have newsletter services specifically for CI, where we provide daily newsletter, weekly newsletter, and I wouldn't say the newsletter for monthly, but yes, there's a monthly report. Then there's a quarterly update report based on the earning call. And apart from that, if you are already aware of PharmaShots top 20 report, you might be able to understand the depth we provide in terms of reporting top 20 companies, top 20 products, top 20 new kind of like newly available digital sources, so digital products. So most of them are covered. Apart from that, conference reported like JP Morgan. We do it very often on regular basis. We cover a lot of investment conferences as well, where we provide those reports to our clients or our subscribers. Apart from that, you can also subscribe or also get updates for the upcoming events, which is called as calendar of events, where we are providing them that, okay, in advance, that what can be the different events which the client can attend or client can participate with. So CI newsletter, if I would say, is mostly getting you updated with the day-to-day activities or updated in real-time world, so that you should be aware of what exactly is going in the CI space of a particular indication or a product. Yeah, that's it. So Himanshu, we can move to next slide.
Yeah. So just one quick fact I'll tell you.
Sure, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, top 20. Aditya spoke about top 20. So, we all have grown up, as an analyst, we have grown up reading Fierce Pharma reports. Fierce Pharma has quoted top 20, one of our top 20s very recently. It's a bit of an old news, but yeah, they have done that. And apart from that, we were last year quoted by FTC US. And a couple of other places. So yes, we are providing authentic information, and you can reach out to us for the bespoke newsletters for specifically designed for your team. And now moving on, a very quick example of these newsletters. We have been running a prostate cancer newsletter. There's a monthly and quarterly. Then you can, in the middle, you can see the newsletter analytics, and at the end you can see what are the analytics of those news. Not going to go in details. These are the things which you can see in the video afterwards, and you can reach out to us anytime if you want to know more about this. Moving forward on here, then we have a poll 3, which among these is a dedicated CI newsletter. We have a PharmaShot bespoke newsletter. which is the dedicated one, which is designed for your need, basically. Apart from that, for general population, we have PharmaShots weekly snapshot also and daily snapshot as well. Congress intelligence, congresses like ESCO, ESMO, and ASH and all those conferences. We have divided these conferences into three segments. One is pre-Congress, during Congress, and post-Congress. Before the Congress, what we do is all the legwork. We create based on your keywords or indications and so on and so forth. We create a planner. We create share of voice, what which company is presenting what, and all those kind of things. If abstracts are out, we share these abstract with our clients, so that if they want to change the plan in terms of which session is a high priority or a low priority, in that way we basically we do this. During the conference, for a high priority sessions, we do live updates or daily debriefs, live updates and real-time updates. And at the end of the day, we speak mostly about the medium priority sessions and the high priority session in our email debriefs. And we also do attend if client has organized at that venue some kind of debrief sessions, we go there and share our intelligence at that point of time also. And then we have post-Congress, where, booth analysis, what primary we have done, those kind of information, a very comprehensive report basically is provided. And it's not a data dump basically. It's very comprehensive. We talk about very specific things there, which are important for our clients basically. And you get all the updates. Aditya, if I missed anything, please add. Otherwise, I'll move on.
I guess you have covered everything. So we provide end-to-end services. We provide planner services as a separate, where we build the planner, and we also provide as a only the report part as well. If the Congress is happening online, like we did a lot of digital or online coverage during the COVID. So yes.
And another thing which I forgot to add is that pre-Congress and post-Congress social media share of voice is also something what we do. Pre-Congress, what people are talking about, which company has posted more, and what are its Twitter analytics, LinkedIn analytics, and so on and so forth. And after the Congress, which which sessions or which presentations have been picked up more by or retweeted or reshared by people. So those kind of information as well.
Yeah, that is the part of our social media intelligence as well, where someone wants to understand the sentiments or what's exactly going in the social media. So that is a part of our that service as well.
Now it's about the case study. So we have picked up the oncology case study, and we picked up the ASCO 2018 one. But yes, we do cover all the conferences. Very recently, we have covered a nephrology conference as well, and so on and so forth. And as I've already said, first part is all about the left hand side. It's all about the planner. In between, you can see the booth and everything, and at the end is the just a snapshot showing that about the report. Basically, we share it with our client, including our insights, primary intelligence, and everything after the conference. Now, again, another poll: data information collected by a conference utilized by which team? So I have created this one, and I believe that this is something which is I've experienced while I was with Novartis also. That CI, again, I can't emphasize this enough, that CI is the most crucial, domain within the business services. Because what we do is we help the CI team or product team with human intelligence. We help the event teams, for their future events. So if I collected photographs of, certain event, it can help my team or my client's team for future booth, basically, if they are going for another conference. So it can help their team to create such booth which gotten more traction. Then for BDNL team, we can collect data from the preclinical and early stage molecules. So BDNL team can utilize this for acquisition and all. And then clinical team can use clinical data, designs, and the results to optimize their trials if they are planning to do so. So again, all of the above is something which I believe that CI can do. Now, clinical
Himanshu,
trial
sorry to intervene,
analysis.
but we have to be a little quick and not
Yeah,
spend too much time on polls because they have been launched already. So I guess it
sure,
comes
sure.
with a silver lining that it has been launched already. We have to
Awesome.
be a little
So,
quick so that we can take questions from the audiences.
sure.
We are a little
Just
short on
I'll
time.
be very fast. Clinical trial analysis, again, something which is close to my heart. So CTA, a very unused, less used kind of or less explored kind of a domain. Again, we have tried to show the synergies of the applications. Again, CI team and product team. We can track what competitor is doing, what is their recruitment status, using the clinical data. We can estimate what can be the launch of that product and help us predict the future plans as well. LCM, what our competitors are planning to do. Then for clinical and medical affair teams, referencing these trials, if they are planning to start a study. So referencing these trials can be something can use, and we have an example for it as well. Again, recruitment pattern, again, another example, hotspot of sites, which sites have more trials going on. So maybe we can avoid them or maybe we can use them as well. And then again, trial and approval trends, where which trial design has or what kind of trial design have gotten approvals easily, like orphan drug designation usually get easy access and all those kind of things. Then market access and reimbursement, again the same thing. We can analyze the payer trends. We can do result versus reimbursement comparative analysis. That what were the results, and based on that, what kind of deals companies have done with a lot of payers. So again, that is something what CI does. VDNL team, I've already said this previously as well, that data based on decision making, deal value. We can find out the trends and all those kind of things. And very recently, one of our clients, they published a report where Deal Pharma used Deal Pharma's data was used to do a prediction for an IPO. I've posted on my LinkedIn. Please feel free to check that out as well. Adi, I'm moving forward with this.
Sure. So we are running out of time, so I guess we need to put a lesser time on case studies.
Yeah. Moving forward, this is a Keytruda case study where we have done, analysis, data analysis. We collected, from here you can see, we collected all the data from PDPDL1s and, realized, gathered intelligence, gathered analytics. And from those analytics, we could draw insights and help our client design their study. So this is, we have taken for Keytruda, but this study, when we did, it was across the PDPDL1 space, basically. Moving forward, this was a recruitment mapping and clinical trial analysis. Here we, tracked NSCLC molecules and what are so on the right side, on the extreme right side, if you see, we have a Europe map and which shows blue, light blue, and white. So what does that show? That the darker blue shows that there is too many trials going on in this location, where the white shows lesser number of trials. And now when we overlap it with the epidemiology data, this would help our client or any client for that matter to design their trials and do the recruitment, plan their recruitment and sites also. Moving forward, poll, I'll skip it. Social media intelligence. It's an in thing, basically. Social media intelligence is an in thing. From discovery to the mature product, we can gather information like a patient journey. People are, we all are sharing too much on social media. So, we can gather everything So social media patient journey, patient insights, what are their needs, what they are frustrated about, what they want from a drug, which could help us design even a patient support program also, for our clients. Then we can identify KOLs. We can talk about brand reputation. If there is a crisis, so which gives an edge to our client that yeah, this is a crisis. Maybe we can target on that one. Patient advocacy groups, identification, and again engagement with them. And then generic competition and biosimilars. There are a lot of information being shared on social media. So across that we do work. Now this is a case study where we did a sentiment analysis and opinion map mining. This is obviously we did it some time back, but for the screenshot we have just shared the recent one. Here you can see the numbers and from these numbers we drew a few insights and and helped the client understand what. So our client was not Cosentix; it was a competitive product, and they wanted to understand what is the Cosentix sentiment basically across the social media. So you can see positives and negatives. Sources like Twitter is most there. Who were the most influencers or people who spoke about much, and news, Twitter, and web kind of thing. So yeah, this is how we draw opinion, that what is the opinion going on and what are the sentiment among the patients and even HCPs. Which social media platform you believe I'll move forward. But in my view, for pharma industry, it's LinkedIn and Twitter are the most crucial ones.
Great.
So yeah, we've ended. I think yeah, we are where we have remaining another close to 8 minutes. So I think we can take questions. Kindly please post your questions on the chat. So, how is competitive? So, first question came to us is, how is competitive intelligence being handled in countries like China, where there is a heightened sensitivity on non-public information? So, a very amazing question. Firstly, Aditya, I'll give it to you. But we have our own presence in China, via some partners and some team members. We have our own presence. So obviously they understand the language. They have the access to the inbuilt platforms, social media platforms and other platforms and websites. So they gather the information from there, and obviously they have the network. So we gather information via those sources. Utsav is an expert because Utsav handles primary market research. So he has established a great amount of network in China. So Utsav, do you want to add or I have covered everything?
To ensure the quality, we also keep the collaborative approach where we the China team is totally transparent with us and share each and every, and we are also monitoring those profiles and data from our end. So we ensure the quality, the outcome of the quality is it's right, and yeah, this is it.
Okay. So the second question is, what is the forum where majority of the primary intelligence is collected? Is it primarily at medical conferences? Is there a role of primary CI with payer and payer advisors? So three-part question. First part is, there is no one source. There are multiple sources. You can talk to KOLs, you talk to investigators, you talk to company executives. We do cold callings sometime. Yes, medical conferences are actually the primary, not primary, I would say, but yeah, a good place to have this primary intelligence collected. But no, it's not the only one, in my view. You need to be very smart because when you go to medical conferences, usually there are people who have been trained now to not give intelligence out. So yeah, you have to be very creative in terms of those things. Is there a role of yes, payer and providers, payer advisors? Yes, we have done few studies, but you can consider it's a gray area between primary CI or a primary market research. It's kind of a gray area, you can say, or an overlapping area. So I think I might have answered your question, but again, if I lacked somewhere or we lacked somewhere, feel free to reach out to
Himanshu, I would
us.
like to
Huh,
add into this. So
sure.
it's basically depend on what exactly you want. So obviously, the answer coming from a marketing team is different. Coming from payer or advisor is different. So basically, what exactly you want is depends on that. So actually, the source changes based on your requirement or the client's requirement. So that's how the way I take or I answer this question.
Yeah, and I totally agree with Aditya. It totally
Okay.
depends on a project requirement because everyone has their own expertise in their area. So, yeah.
So I'm liking this next question. Internal work stream and a lot of noise. It's just information. How do you translate the CI information into true insights? So that's what we are paid for, sir, or ma'am, for that matter. You have asked questioned anonymously, so I'm answering. So that is what we are paid for, and me and Aditya and Utsav, we have spent these you know 10-15 years in this industry. Yeah, so in terms of workstream, I gather you're talking about any platform. So we have an internal platform by the name of IntelliShots, which we are developing. It's an AI plus cloud based platform, which we are developing. It is in a pilot stage. We are using it with a client as well right now. So yeah, I think you're talking about that. But if it is something else, you can again reach out to us. I think I've answered that. Okay, Akanksha Tripathi. What are your recommendations for CI plan if a product isn't clear? Okay, very elaborate question, very detailed question. CI plan. Research, I'll just say research about your marketed products, very important. Pipeline products, more important. And then another thing is geopolitical or regulatory, whatever you want, however you want to name it, is it's something very important. A lot of plans got haywire when US FTC and FDA collaborated and developed the antitrust policy. So again, it's a very difficult question to answer in a one line, but yeah, it's a process. Clinical, if it is a clinical stage product, it is a process. You need to cover IRP. You need to be on your toes. The vendor or people like us need to be on our toes basically, and feed in or share insights with the client. Most important, the client should not be overwhelmed. That's the most important thing with the amount of information. So when you share the information, there needs to be a summary also that, I have shared 10 points earlier, and the summary of those 10 points is this. So that's the insight all about. Okay, Ankit Kapoor, how are you keeping up with the automation and AI within the client base? Can you give specific example or initiative undertaken to enhance your CI offering in recent months? So as I've already said, we have developed a AI-based model. And to be very honest, if you're talking about ChatGPT or Bard kind of things, so I'll be very honest with you. I am very pro to technology, but these platforms are at least decade away from maybe replacing people like us, because they cannot generate insights. They collect information and share it with you, and most of the time, and I've used that. I'm not ashamed to say this. Now I have used them, experimented with them. So I have seen a lot of wrong information being given by them. So I don't know if you are talking about that. So yeah, that's that. And as I said,
I
we
would
are
like to
already.
add into
Yeah.
this that the AI technology, if I would say, it is still in like everyone is talking about ChatGPT, but in our understanding, it is still in our initial stage. It will develop over the time, but as of now, the analyst requirement, like AI is not only the solution here. The analyst requirement, along with the AI, is the future. And what we do is we focus more on human intelligence gathering rather than putting it into a machine learning.
Only on AI.
Obviously, yes, machine learning makes our life easy, but you can't replace a human intelligence here.
Okay.
That's why we call
Next
it
question.
artificial.
Sorry.
That's why we call it artificial.
Yeah. So, it can never replace human intelligence. And, I said this thing. We are the people who collect these dots of information and then we make the story. That story and creating that landscape of story or that information can never be replaced. At least I don't think so. Will be replaced by AI. The AI is doing a great work. It's making our life easy. But at the end of the day, it's the human who is developing this AI. So yeah, that's my view. How do you ensure all the reporting has staying power? Is it death by MSFT, PowerPoint, Word after some time? I kind of agree with you. PowerPoint is not just the only solution, but yes, it kind of creates a repository for a client to go back and check it out. But again, I have been saying this multiple times.
Yeah,
LOs,
we have tried to get a solution for this because a lot of our clients were facing these kind of problem, and we worked out IntelliShots as a solution for them, where every thing or every previous report is available to them on just a click on IntelliShots. So yes, that can be something which is being thought of and being provided a solution. So sorry, Himanshu, I interrupted you. Go ahead.
Yeah, no problem. What I was adding is that at the end of the day, people love PowerPoint and descriptions and images and graphs and all those things. So obviously those are going to be there. But obviously there are some teams who are developing, some companies who are developing these kind of solutions, and so are we. We are a early stage. We're a very young company, 6-year-old, 6.5-year-old company. So we are building up of these tools. But yes, another thing is we come from very rich background, me and Aditya and Utsav. So we are putting our intelligence in developing these tools. So Prateek, thank you for your question. Any plans or roadmap for AI? I've already said IntelliShots. Again and again we are saying this. So IntelliShot is there. It has got all the features which you're asking for, and yes, we are in a prototype pilot stage with that. Nikhil, thank you for your question. How and what offerings should be leveraged while developing a go-to market strategy for a drug recently got filed? Okay. When a drug is already filed in US and Europe, then I think first is identifying patient advocacy groups, identifying KOLs. If you have not done, it should be done actually in phase 3 kind of stage. But if you have not done those, that is something which is important. Third thing, which is very important, is planning for the next thing. And and obviously it depends on your confidence in the drug. But if I filed, I believe that drug is gonna be approved. So so planning for that for the LCM, what can be done next, how to extend its patent, how to extend its life, get it into pediatric, get it into other indications. Those are the things I think I've tried to cover, but maybe I might have missed something. Social media is also something because it will help you create a strategy. So yeah. Thank you, Nikhil.
And our PharmaShots team provide a lot of social media presence and support a lot of clients for social media presence.
Okay. Anonymously, someone asked, are Twitter and LinkedIn the best source for social media intelligence? Aren't there any health-related channels where you can get better quality of information? LinkedIn Analyze seems to be very generic. No, it's actually, contrary to what we believe. It's actually all about where to look in terms of the information. Obviously, again, that there is where the experience comes in. Twitter and LinkedIn, it's not the only source. There are multiple sources as well, but it depends what questions you are asking. You'll get the desired answer if you ask the right question. That's another thing which one of my previous managers said. So if you're asking about, let's say patient support programs, what is my competitor doing. Then probably Instagram, Pinterest. Those are the places where you'll get a lot of their collaterals, their material, Google images. So that is there. But again, it depends on what question you are asking now, or what your client is
There
asking.
are a lot
basically.
of there are a lot of patient advocacy groups are also there where they have internal
Yeah.
member login
There
where patients are
there are
talking
multiple
about and
Facebook
they are
forums.
discussing here.
Yeah, Facebook forums, there are various blog sites and so on and so forth. So LinkedIn and Twitter is not the only one, but yes, professionally speaking, you get a lot of information from there. Because people speak about their achievements, jobs are being posted on these on LinkedIn. So you get to know that, okay, this job is being posted. What are the key highlights of that job description? You get a lot of intelligence from there as well. So that is done. Savina, why do you think it's only done for big? No, it contrary to what you think. It's not only done by big pharma. Big pharma, as I said, have a CI title team and everything, but there are smaller companies. We are working for a lot of smaller companies who have different titles. So it's kind of a myth where what people think that it's only done with the big pharma companies. Small pharma companies are doing it. We are working with a lot of clinical stage and those kind of companies. Akanksha, thank you again. Why would someone use CI agency? Oh, great question. This is a very basic one. Everything is available on internet. Why do you need us? A director, a product manager, a product director, or a brand director, he'll probably not have time to go to sec filing, attend sec filings of last 5 years, 4 years, and collect the data of sales. So that's where they need us. We are the company who collects that data. We are the company who generates this insight, and we share it with them. And they get action, and they get actionable intelligence, and they use that intelligence, that information, those insights to develop their strategy. So that's why we are being used.
Himanshu, sorry to interrupt, but
Okay.
we have to be a little quick on the questions as we have already passed the time.
Yeah, I'm just doing it. Hi team, any examples of ER calls and strategic investment from the slide, how this Optimus can support? What I'll do is, anonymous attendee, please, you have our email address. Please send us an email. We'll be very, very happy to answer this question and share, earning calls and investor calls slides also, that, kind of a case study kind of things as well to you. Are there any more domains area where CI can be used within the pharma? Yes, deals analysis is something which we have not covered here, but we have done very extensive work. Trend analysis, finalizing the deals, due diligence is in an area. Market intelligence. Sorry?
Investments, like strategic investments.
IPOs. Yeah, strategic investments, IPOs, BD&L strategy. So again, trend analysis, we get a lot of information from there. Again, we have case study. Feel free to reach us. We can arrange even a call and tell you what we have done. I greatly appreciate the presentation and valuable insight. Thank you, Kalal. It was great. Do you operate under code of ethics, and guide your collection? Definitely yes. We follow SKIP guidelines. SKIP is the governing body for CI, and we follow SKIP guidelines. So there are a couple of common things. We don't ever misrepresent us. Whenever we go to conference or we are calling, we tell people that, I am Himanshu and I'm calling from Octavus. We are working with a client to collect some information. Those are the things. So we always follow ethics. We don't do shady business. And then another thing which I want to add here, it's a little personal thing. I like to be honest, or we like to be honest, and we have tried to build up a team in a way. And we try to gather information, and if we are able to answer only 50%, 60%, we tell our client, try to tell our client preemptively that this is only 50% achievable. And we have recently done that. Very honestly, we have recently done that with one of our clients. So we follow all the ethics and we try to follow all the ethics and code of conducts. Neha, thank you. Is there any specific tool or website which can provide all the? No, there is no. See, it's all about the collection of pool from the pool, from the ocean of information. There is no specific, but yes, there are common ones. You have company websites, their annual reports, their SEC filings, clinical trial websites. There is no one clinical trial website also. There are various social media forums. So, again,
Not a
there are
specific
multiple
one. Like
tools.
this is
Yeah.
not going to be a one tool where you'll find everything. Obviously, you can contact us as a team to support for all of your business. But yes, there's a no one tool to give you all of the solution at one place.
So that's exactly where we come in. Someone asked that if it is already available on secondary, why are we not? Because it's available on so many platforms. You don't. We gather information even from the job posts. No one would think about it. We gather information from there as well. We have created a org structure of a company from LinkedIn. Sky is the limit in terms of information and in terms of what you want to do. So I'll stop my sharing of the screen and I'll just stop here. And yeah, if anyone has any questions, please feel free to reach us. You already have our email addresses. Over to you, Saurabh.
Thank you, Himanshu. It is always a delight to work in association with
Saurabh,
Octavus Consulting.
before you close, I have an announcement for all of those who have attended our webinar. If you want a free landscape or a free report based on like one free report, basically, based on the indication you are working in and you want to leverage it from us, we are supporting like people or companies for that as well. So we provide first report for free so that they can understand the market and they can also understand the work which we deliver. So obviously that's a marketing strategy, but yes, we provide one report for free.
So hurry up, sale kind of a thing is here. So great, everyone. Thank you again, Saurabh, for hosting us and giving us a platform here to speak. Any last thoughts you want to share?
So, Himanshu, it's always a delightful experience to work in association with Octavus Consulting, and it has been a history that we are always in short of time. So, this we need to be a little more articulate next time, so that. So, um, thanks again. It was a wonderful experience, very informative, very wonderful, I must say, and a gripping one. And for the viewers, thank you. Thank you for joining and making it a huge success. And last, I would like to say that for any webinar, if you want to organize the webinar, please contact us at connect@pharmashots.com and have a wonderful day. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you,
Thank you,
speakers.
everyone.
Thank
It
you,
was a
audience.
great. Thank you, Saurabh, again, and have a nice day, everyone. Take care. Bye bye.
Thank you.